What is the most pointless ability you possess? I can rearrange almost any word alphabetically forwards and backwards and do so throughout the day. The only person that knows this weird thing is my wife, and she routinely asks me to do it because it makes her laugh at my oddness. I can spit juggle grapes. I put 2 grapes in my mouth, spit one above my head, then the other, catch the first, relaunch it, catch the second, relaunch it. I can keep this up indefinitely. I have not achieved 3 grapes yet. I am 44 and this has been a lifetime in the making. Probably have to do the 3rd grape reload and launch while one is in the air, which means you need decent height and good reaction timing to pull it off. I hope you get there one day. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in about a minute. This is very slow compared to people good at doing it, and pretty fast to people that I wouldn't tell about it because they'd think I'm nerdy as frick. Same. Slow for speed kibbing and too fast for normal people. I can tell the time based on the position of the sun. When I was a kid I got in trouble for being unable to read an analog clock face. I grew up in the 80s and digital watch were the thing. We had digital clocks in our classrooms, and TV had digital clocks, as did the microwave, oven and car. I didn't see the point in reading an analog clock, so I didn't learn. That made teachers concerned that I was stupid, and I had to go spend a day in the head teacher's office telling him the time when he asked. So I went full blast the other way, and decided to learn different ways of telling the time, from clocks to sundials to the position of the sun. I can sort of do it from the North Star as well, but it's freaking useless. My 7-year-old self was right. We all have digital clocks, if not on our wrists then in our pockets or on our screens. This may seem useless until you get lost one day or society collapses. Then you'll have a distinct advantage. If my phone falls out of my hand, I just have the ability to suddenly have lightning fast reflexes, just to slap my phone onto the wall with full force before it hits the floor. I once almost dropped my phone into the tub while showering. To save it I slapped it out of the shower and straight onto the tiled floor. It cracked. The alternative would have been better. Sometimes I can control my dreams, like I can wake up and if the dream was really good, I can sleep again and continue from where I left. Here is how it all started. I used to have dreams of me seeing an unknown person in my dream playing the character of my distant aunt. Always wanted to say this to her in my dreams, that you aren't really her or look anyway like her, but was constantly failing. One time I was dreaming and saw her again, but this time it clicked and I said it, and soon the dream took a different turn when she replied I know. I was horrified and then woke up. Now I have some fear of heights, and due to those reasons many of dreams involve scenarios built on great heights and falling, so I try to remind myself that it's just a dream and enjoy the fall. The dream continuation is one different story involving a girl I love, so every time I am having a good dream about her, I force my mind to make scenarios from where I left, sometimes same day or sometimes the other night. Sorcery. I don't sneeze once. They come in a pack of small sneezes one after the another every single time, like 14 sneezes in a go. It more or less depends. Same. I rarely sneeze once. It's always like 6 sneezes, and the most I have sneezes was 12 times. I always tell people to wait before blessing me. Catching things in my mouth. Never met anyone who could compete with me. Also, never found a way to make this skill useful. Juggling grape guy up in the comments would like to talk. I can do this thing where I sing 2 notes at once. They don't sound good with singing, but I make a pretty good choo-choo sound. I can stop hiccups on command. Achievement unlocked. Next step in human evolution. So, in the video game called Overwatch, there happens to be a map with a piano, and this piano happens to be functional. If you shoot at a specific key, the corresponding note will play. Great job devs. Well, I spent plus 200 hours playing the piano in the game, and I can play Moonlight's Third Sonata, yes, only one note at a time and a reduced speed, but still, I don't know anyone this dedicated to do something this useless. The ocarina from Ocarina of Time is almost fully functional. Different buttons play different notes and moving the analog stick up and down makes flats and sharps. I learned to play the opening theme to The Simpsons on it. I have potentially the world's loudest clap. We measured the decibel level on a crappy little app. and according to that app I was louder. Now, I'm not saying I do, but I have rattled windows with my clap, and annoyed the ever-living frick out of just about everyone I know. I know a camera won't do it justice, but please, I need to hear this. I am very good at guessing what time it is. 50% of the time it's precise down to the minute. 40% of the time I am off by 1 minute. 10% of the times I get it wrong by 5 minutes. The most I missed was by 12 minutes, once. I am the opposite. I can't feel if it has been 10 minutes or an hour unless I am actively counting seconds. If I'm reminded of a conversation, I can tell you where we were when we had the conversation, and usually by going through surrounding events I can tell you the approximate date of the conversation, even if it was 20+ years ago. I can smell people from many classrooms away. Wait, I smell the teacher coming back from the printer. Hang on, this ain't pointless. Sometimes when I have a cold and I blow my nose, snot comes out of my left eye. The snot has to be really watery, though. I have an uncanny ability to identify voiceover actors, cartoon, car commercial, documentary narration. I'll call it out almost immediately, even if they're somewhat obscure. I suck at names and faces though. Yes, me too. Faces and names mean nothing to me, but the sound of a voice is distinct and unique. I can flex my time panic membrane. Literally does nothing whatsoever but makes a rumbly sound in my head that only I can hear. Re rumblus assemble. I can down a whole pint of water in 3 seconds flat. Then I can do it again, if desired. It actually does come in handy when drinking, to avoid dehydration and a subsequent hangover, but mostly is a dumb party trick that people for some reason seem to be impressed watching me do. I never stain the toilet paper when cleaning my butt after pooping, like I do perfects every day. The toilet paper is always 99% clean. My poo doesn't stain. This does not happen only 2-3 times a year. I can always tell when someone has had a haircut, regardless of how long I've known the person and how minimal the haircut is. There's something about how my brain works and I can pick it every time. I can tell whenever people lie or hide something from me. It's not pointless, but I dislike it since I don't like making others uncomfortable. If you don't already, you should take up poker. You'll make a killing. To make a sound vaguely reminiscent of a small bear. Also, I memorized the codes to clear a Kmart self-checkout machine when it thinks something has been moved from the scale. Probably only applicable to the one store though. I can pop all of my fingers repeatedly, and then I hold my nose a certain way and pop my finger and make it look like I popped my nose. I read that as poop. I'm incredibly decent at everything I start, like become average level immediately, so now I'm decent enough at like 1000 different sports hobbies to impress someone but not enough to ever make a penny off of it. Me too. I think it's a combo of good motor control and high intelligence. Toots own horn. I'm really good at talking to birds and other animals. Good if you're Disney princess. Comical if you're a biker looking dude with a beard. I can always tell when someone or something is not right. I have an insanely accurate gut feeling. However, I almost never listen to it because everyone talks me out of it and says I'm just being silly paranoid. I always end up right though. I can give myself goosebumps at will. I was in a desert once and went up to my boss and said UHH I think something's wrong and went all out with them. He started freaking out and trying to get me to lay down and get help and I just laughed and said, nah, I'm freaking with you. I can give myself goosebumps whenever. Then I just rubbed them away and brought them back. He wasn't amused. I have flat affect from a brain injury. It's a permanent poker face. In my mind, I might be smiling ear to ear, but I present zero expression, not even micro expressions. People unconsciously take cues from micro expressions. It's an uncanny valley kind of thing when they aren't there. Besides scaring children by existing, I can also deliver any joke in a perfect deadpan. I have perfect pitch. I don't play any instrument. Used to play piano under duress, and I rarely sing. It's kind of a wasted talent. I can make a snapping sound by whipping my wrist and thus clapping my thumb into my first two fingers. Lets me snap quickly and rhythmically since I don't have to reset my fingers as carefully. I can only do it with my right hand, though. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.